Hello, my name is GroundDegree. Today we're going to be going over the results of the Milwaukee Regional Championships 2025. So this was our first look into the new rule set of Regulation I. We had 2 restricted mons versus Regulation G, we only got 1. There were a lot of expectations, most of them were broken, and it was very, very cool. So we're going to see how that went. Disclaimers. I'll be sharing all my own opinions and my own interpretations, so you could totally have a different opinion. I'm not super skilled, nor am I a decorated player, so don't take my word as gospel. Also, the images in the slideshow I stole from the internet, so sorry I don't have everything credited. It's merely for fun. Hope you guys enjoy. This is my first time making one of these, so feel free to give me advice in the comments or whatever. We'll see how this goes. So you should stats. You can see Incineroar still, of course, king, as we expected. I actually heard a couple people during the tournament talking about how they thought Incineroar was washed. He's not. Still very good. I think this is very interesting. We have Iron Hands at 3rd for Rillaboom. Rillaboom's at 21.9, which is still really good, but crazy fall off. Fluttermane's making a comeback. We have Ogerpon Rock as the dominant Ogerpon form. We have Tornadus and Whimsicott right next to each other. Raging Bull still here. I think Indeedee here is probably about as much as I expected. I think it's really cool to see Indeedee, but we'll have to see. Iron Hands, 24.7%, and that's like basically only on Miraidon teams. Like if you're not running Miraidon, you're not gonna be running Iron Hands pretty much, because you can just have Incineroar, Rillaboom for Fake Out, or for fighting, and you know, etc., etc. So it just kind of captivates the idea of how stupid Miraidon is right now. Pre-Reg-I theories that we were seeing on like the showdown ladder, think tanks, quote unquote, where like there are 3 big ideas of like crazy type synergy. We have like ghost fighting, we have like electric ice, and then like I guess fighting and ghost again. I think these Cryogon's, in my opinion, a little more fire based. Lunala's a lot more flexible, but same like these 3 like general ideas of like just like powerful type coverage. I really was using Miraidon and Kali Ice for a lot of it because Miraidon's really fun for like Trick Room teams, and Kali Ice obviously like Trick Room. These 2 are just obviously completely dominant of Reg G, so pairing them together with Zamazenta taking more defensive role, while like Kali Shadow's more like the sweeper, makes sense. These 2 are really fun on size spam in my opinion. I don't think we saw a whole lot of size spam, but like there was definitely there. And like a lot of like the defensive Pokemon that like these Pokemon are shared, so that's really nice. But this is what actually happened. It was just Lunala and Miraidon. That was like the only thing that happened. We saw a little bit of Kali Miraidon, but yeah. Swordfish did terrible. Yeah. I don't think Zamazenta and Miraidon getting 14th is kind of cool. Ho-Oh doing better with 2 different Pokemon than Kali Shadow and Zamazenta, in my opinion, is pretty funny. But yeah. Lunala, Miraidon, completely dominant. Miraidon just does so much damage. The most broken restricted right now. Lunala is just such a good support mon. Didn't really do anything in Reg G except like that one tournament, but now it can actually like do stuff because you aren't like relying on it to do so much damage, which is just amazing. Top cut, as you can see, yeah, Lunala. Got Ho-Oh. No Zamazenta, no Kyogre, no Zacian. Just, yeah. So we can see there's like a bunch of Incineroar, a bunch of Iron Hands. If we go back to like the usage stats, like this is basically what we're seeing. A bunch of Incineroar, Iron Hands. Support. We have a bit of Ursaluna on the top cut as like a Trickermon. So it's really fun. We have like multiple Grimmsnarl, only one Amoonguss, which is probably due to the fact that Miraidon's just so popular because you're not going to run Miraidon and Amoonguss, so that kind of makes sense. We saw Volcarona. I actually ran into Volcarona multiple times during my tournament run. But we have 3 Volcaronas in top cut, all running like different sets. We saw 2 different Ogerpon forms. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see any Earth Flame, but I mean, that's not too unexpected. Wellspring making a little bit of a comeback. We haven't seen that in a while. Do it like super well, but see how much it continues. The winning team. This is what you're gonna be seeing on the ladder. Everyone's gonna be using this team. We have. It's just super bulky. You have Assault Vest Miraidon with wide guard support from Luna with the seed, so that's gonna be super hard to take care of. You have Grimmsnarl for screens and Intimidate Incineroar with Will-O-Wisp, Knockoff, Rocky Helmet, which is kind of interesting. No Terrabug. Usually Terrabug and Rocky Helmet is a little surprising to me because, like, I mean, you usually just see. I guess Rocky Helmet's kind of the deterrent from other fake out, but like most of the time you're gonna see they're like. I've been seeing a little bit of Covert Cloak more, just like on the ladder. But Terrabug, I think is interesting. Usually with Miraidon teams, like Incineroar has like the Assault Vest, you know, we usually see like U-turn and that kind of stuff, obviously. But with Miraidon using it, you would think it's doing a lot less damage, but it still really is. And with Snarl, it's even more impressive. Choice Band Urshifu. I did not expect to see that at all. I saw a little bit, I completely wrote it off, but yeah, with Terra Ghost, like there's just no stopping it. It does so much damage. It's actually ridiculous. And then you got Ursaluna for the Trick Room. And then one of the fun things you can do is that you can use Earthquake with Ursaluna alongside like Lunala. And then with a Wide Guard, obviously it's protecting Ursaluna, but then Lunala doesn't get hit by the Earthquake, which is a fun little bit you can do. But yeah, this team is really cool. Saw some similar teams, as you can see. Like these three. Just like the of like Whimsicott and Grimmsnarl. And like a little bit more down here, kind of. But yeah, really cool archetype. See how this does. This is definitely gonna be like the #1 thing to beat for a while. Ho-Oh. We saw a bit of two Ho-Oh ideas. No Lugia. It's just bulky Tailwinds there with decent damage. Really good with Miraidon because it just takes care of those grass type Pokemon like Rillaboom that Miraidon hates. Here's the two ones that we saw, both with Miraidon, Choice Specs. We have both have Iron Hands obviously for Rigoraph, but we got like Iron Bundle and Iron Treads here, and then Ursaluna and Grimmsnarl. This one being a little more bulky with like the leftovers, and this one being a little more offensive with a Clear Amulet and Iron Treads. I think this one's obviously a lot more offensive with like, you know, Icy Wind. This is like a lot more fast, hitting harder. Well, this one's a lot more slow, tanky. It just does a lot of damage. I think it's fun to see Iron Treads. We have Life Orb Iron Treads with 4 different moves. I saw this on the ladder like right afterwards, and I thought this was completely random. Like, dang, who would ever do that? And it's actually Top Cut team. Really cool teams. I thought they were both really fun. But yeah, congrats to those two for actually using Ho-Oh for like the first time in forever. One thing I want to talk about really quickly is Rillaboom. I mean, 20.9% usage is still very good, but it's not like top 3, top 4, top 5. But where is it? Well, you can't really use it on Miraidon. You're not going to use it on Koraidon. You don't really want to use it on Size Spam. I think it does counter a lot of good teams right now, but like, you have to use it very carefully because it doesn't really want to be on the same team with a lot of like the main archetypes right now. But I can definitely see it more in the future. I think this is just a small like bump in the road for Rillaboom. I think it still is very good. Day 2 usage, Miraidon is the most used Pokemon, and it's a restricted Pokemon. That is crazy. It's just so broken right now. It's actually crazy. Koraidon used a ton. I don't think they were used a whole lot together, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, not at all. I honestly think it could be used with like, I saw an idea with like Raging Bolt with like Rising Voltage, but probably not. But yeah. Yeah, basically what we saw in Top Cut, like Miraidon, Koraidon. Incineroar is the most used non-restricted Pokemon. Iron Hands had a better result than Urshifu. Urshifu Rapid Strike, still very good. We have Volcarona over like Chien-Pao, Tornadus, and Indeedee, which I think is really fun. we saw Zamazenta in day 2, just not in like top cut or whatever. Chiyu will probably still be here for the rest of the thing. As long as there are strong special attackers, there's going to be Chiyu. We're even seeing Chiyu on like water teams. That's how stupid its ability is. But yeah, pretty much what we see. One thing I want to point out is that Brute Bonnet is being used more than Amoonguss, which I just think is so funny, because well, we saw a little bit of Brute Bonnet in like the early regulations of Gen 9, but it was never considered good. But now it's like doing way better. But it's just because of Koraidon. Its ability, photosynthesis with like Koraidon, is so great. And like it's also nice in Size Spam a little bit. I don't think it's like inherently better, because I still think Regenerate's a good ability, but whatever. Meta predictions, Koraidon, obviously. Best restricted Pokemon, won Worlds on the first Reg I tournament. It's just so broken. Everyone's gonna want to beat it. If you don't have like at least 1 or 2 counters in Koraidon, what are you doing? Screen Socks. Up. Grimmsnarl, broken. I could see maybe like other screen users being used. We're seeing more like item variation. Koraidon, which is kind of interesting. Pick out Taunt is really the best way I saw to like deny screens. So like if you're like running like Incineroar and then maybe like Fluttermane for Taunt. And then I double see Psychic Fangs, because it's just not good Pokemon with it. But I can see like Brick Break on like Urshifu or something. Covert Cloak, I wanted to talk about. Incineroar, Iron Hands, so much Fake Out. Snarl, Icy Wind. We're seeing Snarl on Miraidon. That's, you know. But like the setup, just like kind of like the team that Wolf brought to Worlds last year, like Covert Cloak and then set up Shadow Rider. I think we could totally see that a bit. Overall, really cool tournament. We'll have to see how the rest of the season goes, but it was really fun. I think we're gonna see a whole lot of shakeup next. I'm interested to see how Ho-Oh continues to do. I don't know if that was just like a one-off thing, but yeah. This is my first time doing one of these. I'm hoping to do more of these. Maybe do some like just like archetype type videos talking about like different like Pokemon combos, like different like strategies that you can pull off. But we'll have to see. Want to do more? Like and subscribe. I think. I don't know. Thank you for watching.